Shine, everyone. 6 o'clock here on your Friday Junior. That's right. It's Thursday morning. Jason and Alicia here with you. It's a pretty comfortable, cool start to the day.
The best. It's probably going to be the best part of the day in terms of the air quality. Unfortunately, John, if folks have to get outside, early morning workout, walk the dog, get her done.
I think so. I think get her done this morning, and then that is it. Pack it up. I missed my workout time frame. Shoot. All right, we are. Yeah, I don't work out. All right, so we are dealing with this air quality alert. That's going to go in effect now, even though we know we can get out there in the next couple of hours, until around 11 p.m. tonight. And then as we go throughout the day, we will start to see this worsen up here. So it actually goes through 11 o'clock Friday. We'll be dealing with that Canadian wildfire smoke. What I'm actually looking at here is what the air quality is at the exact moment. You can see it's good in the Twin Cities, but starting to get a little bit worse in Brainerd already. And we're going to see this deteriorate as we head into the afternoon. We'll see the air quality alert continue to get worse and worse. Heading out the door right now, 64. It's a great start. 57 in Bemidji. Good morning, everyone. We'll take a look at that 70 forecast in a bit.
All right, and good morning to everyone in Rogers. We're looking at 94 right now. You know, Cabela's right here. Y'all know where that area is. Drive times are looking really good from the Northwest Metro this morning. Monticello to the Fish Lake Split in Maple Grove, about a 19-minute commute. Average speeds about 70 miles per hour. Jason and Alicia.
All right, Megan, thank you very much. Our top story this morning, you could be breathing in some unhealthy air today.
Yeah, we've been talking about it all morning long. An air quality alert impacting all of Minnesota went into effect 6 hours ago and lasts until 11 p.m. tomorrow. Eva's in Plymouth right now. And Eva, what does this alert mean for people who have to be outside today?
Hi, Alicia. Well, obviously, most of us are still going to be outside at some point today, but it's going to be especially bad if you're doing a job or working outside all day. We know it can make things even more complicated if you have health conditions. So I want to break down what exactly this air pollution can mean for your health, what it means when you breathe in these air pollutants. So let's get to this graphic from the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency. The left side is what you're going to be wanting to look at because we're dealing with fine particle pollution right now. These pollutants can actually enter your bloodstream. It can cause shortness of breath, wheezing, coughing, chest pain. It can make you tired. It's especially bad if you have heart disease or asthma and can make those conditions even worse. But people I spoke with who have no health issues still have been struggling.
Some days I could hardly breathe. My nostrils, I would come outside. I felt like somebody had a fire going.
It definitely affected us, I would say.
Just waiting for the bus is excruciating for your lungs. It's the worst.
So coming up in 30 minutes, I'm going to break this down a little more for you and explain what exactly makes this summer so unprecedented when it comes to poor air quality. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, it's been quite the summer. All right, Eva, thanks for that breakdown.
And for the latest alerts in your area and recommendations from experts on how to keep yourself safe, all you have to do is text SMOKE to 763-797-7215. Remember, text that number, don't call.
Jen here, coming to you from the live desk with more on a breaking story we've been following out of St. Paul. Within the last 2 hours, St. Paul police put out an alert for a missing child. Take a look. This is Maier. He's 6 months old. St. Paul police say he was last seen Monday after he was taken by his mother's former boyfriend. Here is a picture of that man. Police say he was last seen driving a black 2010 Chevy Tahoe with Minnesota license plate HGK 499. St. Paul police say he sent a threatening message to Maier's mother. They are worried about Maier's welfare at this time. So if you have any information about where that child might be, please call 911. Alicia?
Right. I hope they can find him soon. Jen, thank you. In less than 4 hours from now, the Minneapolis City Council is set to vote on a controversial rideshare drivers ordinance. And if it passes, Lyft and Uber are threatening to leave the city. Cece's been tracking the story from City Hall for us this morning. Hey, Cece.
Hi, good morning. So this vote is set to happen at 9:30 this morning. Now, Lyft is saying if this ordinance does pass and the mayor signs off on it, they're out of Minneapolis by January 1st. Uber is saying that they'll significantly cut services or even leave. So here's the ordinance, the plan that's being proposed. So the plan is for drivers to get at least $1.40 per mile and 51 cents per minute, or $5, whichever is greater. The rule would only apply to the portion of the ride within the city here. The ordinance would also guarantee riders and drivers get receipts within a day of a completed trip detailing how much the rider paid versus what the driver's actually getting. But Lyft sent a letter to the city council warning that if they raise driver wages, that would also increase costs for riders. Ahead of today's vote, Council President Andrea Jenkins said, quote, "I support workers' rights to earn a livable wage. I urge ride-sharing companies to support workers as well by listening to the concerns and responding accordingly." Now, both Lyft and Uber are asking the council to wait until state task force policy recommendations are ready to give out. Jason, Alicia.
All right, a lot of folks keeping a close eye on that. Cece, thank you very much. In the last 24 hours, the St. Paul City Council voted to override Mayor Carter's veto on a child care funding proposal. Now, this means there will be a question on the November 2024 ballot about this proposal. If voters approve the measure, the average homeowner in St. Paul would see a $16 increase in property taxes the first year to pay for $2 million in low-income child care subsidies. Mayor Carter says the plan doesn't add up and makes false promises to families.
Even if this does move forward, there's just no scenario in which the city can administer this program as it's currently framed.
There's never been a claim that this would cover every single child on day one. This is to provide low-income families with free childcare and to make it more affordable for families above that.
So as we said, for now, the proposal will go to next year's ballot, but there are 4 council seats up for re-election in a few months, so new council could remove the item from the ballot next year.
6:07 is your time. Tonight, the Department of Justice will be hosting a listening session about the Minneapolis Police Department and how it can improve. Tonight's meeting is happening at 6:30 at Northeast Recreation Center. And this all, of course, stems from state and federal investigations that found a pattern of racial discrimination within MPD.
It resulted in policy changes mandated by the state settlement and agreement and future DOJ consent decree. Danny Spiewak sat down with the person now in charge of implementing these changes, Commander Yolanda Wilkes.
How are you going to get all the rank and file on board to make this change?
It's going to start one day at a time. I think communication is going to be a big part of that.
Specifically when it comes to training, what is going to change moving forward?
We're going to have folks from outside of the department come in and train us, right? We're going to be trained on adult learning principles, a technique that we believe everyone should have.
Now, Wilkes leads MPD's new implementation unit, a team of at least 25 tasked with carrying out the new policy changes. Beyond training, the implementation unit will oversee sweeping changes on everything from use of force to traffic stop policies.
This morning, the Goodhue County Sheriff's Office says they have a deal with the city of Goodhue for policing services. The Sheriff's Office says they met with city leaders and made an agreement that will cover the city through the end of the year, with further discussions about next year. This comes after all 7 of the city's police officers, including the chief, resigned, citing pay as the reason. The sheriff's office says they are working to ensure there will be no interruption in police services.
New video here showing first responders on the scene after a Plymouth police squad car crashed with another vehicle. State Patrol tells us this all happened near Highway 55 and Medicine Lake Road. The crash involved a community service officer with the police department. State Patrol says the injuries were non-life threatening, thankfully. They're still investigating the cause of the crash.
Sitting at 6:09 at